Hi Patricia, this is the question that you sent me in the Ask the Instructor link. I just it exploded the graph a little bit here so it was easier to read. So as we're going through this, let's go ahead and start with, first of all, the vertex. Now the vertex is this very point that's the minimum, or in this particular case it would be the maximum point where a graph reaches. So in this case we have a minimum point, and we can see as we're looking at the graph that it's the ordered pair -2, 0. So this is the point -2, 0. I go over -2 units from the origin in the horizontal direction, and I don't go up or down in the y direction. So that's why our vertex is -2, 0. Now the axis of symmetry means basically what is the line that splits this parabola in half. So the line that splits this in half goes through the point x equal -2. And so that's why we have x equal -2 here. So the parabola axis of symmetry will always be your x value as long as the parabola opens up or down. See our same axis of symmetry over here. Now if our parabola opens right or left, we have different rules, but I don't think you'll run across any of those right now. Now the range basically means what's going on in the vertical up and down direction. So you can see that it is definitely going toward infinity, and here we're actually reaching this point 0 on the y-axis. And so that's why it's 0 to infinity. I bracket the 0 because at 0, that's still part of the range. If I had a hollow point there, then I wouldn't include it. Functions where my interval is increasing, we can look for increasing right here in this direction. So we start at this point and we move up toward positive infinity. Now, the thing we want to think about is at this very point, at -2, the graph is neither increasing nor decreasing. It's just kind of that balance point where it's not doing either one. If you were to throw, let's say, something into the air and it came to the ground, at this very point, it's neither going up higher and it hasn't started dropping down lower. It's called the apex of the trajectory in this particular case. Now, in this case, it's neither increasing or decreasing there, so that's why I have a parenthesis -2, because if I bracketed the -2, I'd have equality. And I think that there might be an error in the textbook, the explanation about that, so that might be part of the problem that you're having with this one. Same thing for here. These are x values for both of these. So I'm decreasing from this direction from -infinity to 2. Sorry, -2. Now you might think, well, wait a minute, this is positive infinity, but remember, we're talking about what the x values are doing. So the x values are starting clear over here at -infinity as this is going up higher and higher, and it's going up to -2, but not including -2, so that's why I have a parenthesis. I hope this helps. Shoot me another email if you have any other questions.